On this episode of the Infowars News Blitz, British police on alert for homegrown terror. Vice President Biden grovels before Qatari prince for daring to speak half-truth about ISIS, and MSNBC says that the NRA is making the Ebola crisis worse. That and a lot more, so stay tuned! Okay, folks, this is the first article of the day here, and guess what? It seems that basically the UK is now basically worrying about a terrorist attack. And why shouldn't they? They're letting ISIS come back into the United States of America, now EU. But anyway, the article is written by Breitbart, and the article is basically titled "British Police on alert for homegrown terror attack." Seriously? Really?
Hey there, Rusty Garrett here.
You gonna worry about that? Jeez. But anyway, the Times report that police are increasing army patrols and searching homes and cars while also monitoring extremists who have returned from fighting in Syria. Really? Seriously? The stepping up on security comes after the release of a video showing an unmasked British journalist, all brothers in the UK, to seek revenge for British air strikes against the half-proclaimed Islamic State. Counterterrorism researcher Oliver Gatia told the paper that the threat of an attack on British soil has risen tenfold since Britain joined the US-led airstrikes against the Islamic State. They should be very worried not only of returning jihadists, but people who are here. They will say, I am not going to all the way to Syria. I just do it here. The article goes on to say that it is not known that Western powers was attempting to secure operations, and such actions could be extremely difficult and dangerous. I mean, basically, our government, all the Western governments basically fund Al-Qaeda. And according to Alex Jones, which I so honestly heard from a reliable source, or I've heard from him, the British military went, not the whole military, but some people went up there, which is actually their joint chiefs of staff to them. They told them, stop funding the Islamicists. And basically now, I hate to say it to you, Alex is right. Everybody is now sick of it. And I want to let you know something too. We got eyes everywhere, okay? We know, we see you now. And basically, if you pull your next attack, as Alex Jones says, it better be on the North Pole, because basically, we're going to see it, we're going to put it, and you're going to take the blame for all this. You understand? Okay, folks, this is the second article today here, and it's an article written by Kirk Nemo. The article says, Joe Biden grovels before a Qatari prince for daring to speak half-truth about ISIS. Underneath it says, U.S., Israel, Britain, Gulf Emirates, and Jordan and Turkey responsible for ISIS. And we're going to go read here. There's also a video, 2 videos here for you to look at, but I'm not going to play those now. On Saturday, Vice President Joe Biden called Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Zandar, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, and apologized for telling the truth. The previous day, he called Turkey's Prime Minister Recep Tayyip, you know what, I'll just leave it. Called Turkey's president, and did the same. Last week, during a long speech at the John F. Kennedy Forum at the Institute of Politics at Harvard University, Biden told audience the Persian Gulf Wahhabis against Wahhabi regime and Turkey are responsible for supporting ISIS and al-Nusra. Biden said in the question that Saudis, Emirates, etc. were determined to take down Assad and essentially have a proxy Sunni-Shia war. What did they do? They poured hundreds of millions of dollars and tens of thousands of tons of weapons into anyone who would fight against Assad, except that the people who were being supplied were Al-Qaeda and al-Nusra, and the extremist elements of jihad is coming from other parts of the world. Well, basically, Biden's kind of telling the truth there, but do you have to apologize for all that stuff? I mean, seriously, why would you apologize for something like this? Anyway, it's kind of the truth, but he bent over backwards and said, "We're sorry, we didn't mean to tell the House truth, please forgive me." People are sick of it, okay? I mean, basically, not to mention the United States just gave them Stinger missiles. About how many? Did I don't say 15,000 of those bad boys? And yet, basically, he bends over and yet our vice president bends over and says, "We're sorry." Because basically, he knows the truth. I mean, the public knows already that basically we're funding Al-Qaeda. And like I said before, in the other article, the Great Britain's, what is supposed to be, Joint Chiefs of Staff, basically came up to the Parliament and said, "Stop funding the Wahhabists. We don't want to fight these people. Stop it." Well, folks, this is the last article of the day here, and I know that, actually was supposed to get to this on the Sunday show, and for somehow he, didn't. He actually showed this article in the video MSNBC blames Second Amendment. This was one of the articles here I saw. It was named, How the NRA is making the Ebola crisis worse, by Crystal Bull and Ariana Thompson. I mean, I'm not gonna cover it or anything. I'm just gonna be straightforward. Here. I'm gonna go ahead and read it now. Every day, things are becoming more details about the first case of Ebola virus to be diagnosed in the U.S. And while experts are saying the essential risk of significantly outbreak here in the States, much of the public remains worried, as a poll by Harvard found that 39% of adults are concerned about a large outbreak here, and more than a quarter fear someone in their immediate family could get sick with Ebola. No doubt, it's basically on airborne. Actually, that is one of the primary responsibilities of the United States Surgeon General. There is just one problem. Thanks to the Senate dysfunctional and the NRA opposing, we do not have a Surgeon General right now. In fact, we haven't had a Surgeon General for more than a year now, and even though the president nominated the immediately qualified Dr. Vicar Murphy back in November of 2013, the lack of a surgeon is now becoming more and more abstract example of government gridlock. For over a century, the American public and the world has come to rely on this biased, political, and scientific diversion information gathered by United States Surgeon General Carmona said, or whatever his name is. But I'm just gonna basically highlight this in the next 20 seconds or so. What this article is saying, and I'm trying to mostly sum it up here, is that basically this is the NRA's fault, basically because technically it's racist. I mean, that's what this article says, that the NRA is completely racist, and though it has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with. do with Second Amendment. It has nothing to do with the NRA. I mean, basically, Agile said you can't even dress up as a geisha girl. They call you racist. Well, that's all the articles I have for you today. If you'd like to know more about these articles, please go to the link below or go to Infowars.com. There you can find hundreds and hundreds of articles just like this one I just read to you. This is Infowars News Blitz. I'm Infowars, signing off. Bye-bye.